Hey everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos, and today I'm so excited to be chatting with out country singer Brooke Eden, who has just released a new single, and I am so excited. It's kind of like the trilogy, the third in a trilogy. It's called Got No Choice, and I hear a music video is coming that's super great. But Brooke, it is so good to see you. How are you?
So good. How are you?
Good. Well, I am loving this moment in country music that we are in. With you and, thinking about TJ Osborne coming out earlier and obviously the trailblazers of, Shelley Wright and Ty Herndon and so many more. I am just so happy that we are finally getting some LGBTQ inclusion and representation in country music. How are you feeling about all this?
Me too, Anthony. I mean, it just feels so cool to be a part of country music right now. There's so much changing, there's so much progress, and it's been a long time coming. So it's just honestly, it I feel so honored to be a part of this time in country music.
Well, let's talk about the new song, Got No Choice, because not only are you out and proud in your real life, you are singing about it and including it in your songs, which I think is so important for the world and for, the country music community to hear you singing about, your love for another woman. So, Got No Choice, tell me about what this is all about.
Yeah, this song, I wrote this song 4 years ago, just about a year into my girlfriend Hilary and I's relationship. We had been told very sometime around when I decided to write this song that I basically had a choice whether I wanted to be a country singer or I wanted to be with Hillary. And it was this crazy, roller coaster in my head of wow, I found love that I didn't even know existed and never thought I would ever find for myself versus my career and the life that I had worked for since I was a little kid. And I was just like, if I don't know how these worlds are ever going to collide, these worlds will ever coexist. And I remember just waking up one morning and realizing I have no choice but to love this human. And it was like this that sounds like it's such a struggle, which during the time it was, but it was also this very romantic, incredible feeling of like, wow, how lucky am I to find this love? And so, Got No Choice is about really following your heart and allowing yourself to fall for the right person, no matter what anyone else says about it.
And, thinking about the music video, which we're going to see soon, I believe it's premiering on CMT, which I think is fantastic because obviously when it comes to country music, CMT is the destination. And, GLAAD is obviously very connected with CMT and Cody Allen. So excited that you are premiering the video there. But, thinking about what we do so much in media is we like to normalize being LGBTQ. And I really feel that when people hear you and see your music videos and you and Hilary together, it just normalizes being a part of the community because I feel like a lot of times people have this idea of what they think a lesbian is or a gay man is or someone who is transgender. And I think, when they see this is Brooke Eden, she just happens to be in love with a girl and a part of the LGBTQ community. Do you feel that way?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, even when I was younger, I went to a religious school for 10 years of my life. And then I switched to public school and I was immediately just immersed into chorus and theater. And I had so many gay friends in high school. And I remember learning in my very biblical school, oh, being a homosexual is bad, right? That's all that you hear. And then I remember meeting these gay men and their partners and being like, oh my gosh, like we all love exactly the same. And then, of course, in my own life, I mean, it is different for me because I'm actually in love with this person. Whereas in my past relationships, I just could not get there. And I literally thought, is there something wrong with me? Is my heart broke? Like, actually, like broken? Like, not because of a heartache, but like, is there something wrong with it? And you know, now to be able to show same-sex love looks just like straight love, looks just like love looks like love. And I think that it's so evident when you can see a couple who's truly in love. It's undeniable.
What do you hope that when people listen to Got No Choice or see the music video, what's the message and what do you want them to take away from that?
I mean, I hope that they just go, wow, I think that if you've ever truly been in love, like truly been in love, you know that your heart chooses who you love. And if you're lucky enough to have ever felt that feeling, you know that you have no control over who it is that your heart chooses. And I hope that our video just shows this is what our love looks like, and that other people can see, their love within ours. They can relate to, oh, yeah, that looks like us.
Yeah, and that's exactly, and I think that's what happened because in 2021, like I said, this is the third kind of in the trilogy. First, there was No Shade, Sunroof, and then Got No Choice. There came a point, I think it was on Instagram, when you said, "Okay, I'm ready to go public with Hilary,
Mhm.
and this is who I am." What was that like to make that decision and kind of just take the leap, I guess?
There was no way that I could have moved forward with being a country artist when country is all about authenticity and truth without telling my truth. So I knew that I had no choice but to do so. But it was so relieving to finally just get to say it and get to show our love and have interviews like this with people like you and not have to worry about what pronouns I'm using or if I said too much or didn't say enough. I just get to be myself and we get to be ourselves. And it's just the most freeing feeling, and 10 out of 10 recommend just living your life and and just loving it and not allowing anyone to tell you differently.
I love that. That reminds me of a conversation I had with Shane McAnally last year, and he was telling me that anyone out there that isn't aware, Shane is one of the biggest songwriters in Nashville. All of the hits, you know them. But he said that once he came out and accepted himself and stopped trying to hide and worrying about outing himself or basically revealing that part of himself, that it made him such a better songwriter because he was able to connect with that authenticity.
Oh my gosh, so much so. And it's just like, there's still a part of you that no matter how comfortable you are with someone in the room, if they don't know your whole story, then you're still only telling a very small fraction of who you are and what your journey has been. And songwriting is all about that shared experience and putting that into a song. And if you're worried about saying too much, then it can really put a block on your kind of writing cap. And so, yeah, I mean, it is completely opened my world in every single way, including my songwriting, my songs. Everything is just so much easier. I breathe easier, I walk easier, I walk into a room easier, and I write songs easier. It's changed everything.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, and I'm so glad that you're having that experience too. What has been the overall, I guess, reaction and kind of vibe in Nashville? Because you really are, like, 2021 has been such a big year for you. You're on fire. But I think obviously, like we said, Nashville and the country music world feels like we're in this moment of change. But let's be honest, it's been a slow road to get here, and I think there's still a lot of work to be done. So how do you feel that people have received you in the biz?
mean, Nashville is such a loving, supportive community and always has been. So, I mean, I've been with the cowboy of the cowboy country artists in the last couple of weeks in the same room, and everyone's like, honey, I'm so proud of you. You and Hilary look so happy. And it's just cool to see, these more stereotypical country artists congratulating me and supporting us. And it's, the support really has been immense and just so loving, and it's been great. It's been great.
It does. It feels like there's this new wave of just very progressive and accepting artists. Thinking about the Casey Musgraves and Little Big Town and Dan and Shay and so many more. It just feels like that people are just like, we don't care. Like we just want to have good music and good people.
100%. I mean, Nashville is a creative community, and gays run the creative community. This is what we do,
Very cool.
and so I mean, I think that if we really needed this kind of like shift in the world, and also to shift in the perspective and the mindset, sometimes it's just allowing yourself to be open with these people and letting them go, oh my gosh, I had no idea, like, we love you, we support you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was so scared of what you would say, but like, you're in full support. That's amazing. So many times I've been scared to tell someone, and they've been like the most supportive of everyone. So kind of just giving people the chance to support you and to love you has been such like a revealing part of this whole journey. Is like, if you just give people the chance, most of the time they're very accepting.
How do you handle, because let's be real, of course, with the world of social media, there are many gifts of social media, but of course there's going to be the trolls out there that have something to say that of course, drives us all nuts. How do you kind of handle that? Because I'm sure hopefully you've had more love than hate, but I know that some people just, can't get there.
Yeah, there has been comments like that, especially on Facebook, which is usually a much older, more small town demographic, which is completely, that's how it goes sometimes. But for me, the hardest thing about those comments are that a lot of times these people are hiding behind God, are hiding their homophobia behind God. And that is what drives me nuts the most, is because I grew up in that same mentality, that same religious confine of, oh yeah, if you're gay, God doesn't love you. And it's like, no, 100% God is love. And I think that when all of our all of our days come, and at the end of the day, God is going to be much more mad at these people who are such bigots and homophobic and are pushing people away from the love that we should be receiving as children of God. And so that's hard, because I just want to like preach them the truth, But honestly, I expected some hate, as, we're making waves and we're creating change. And I think that being met with conflict is just showing that you're changing perceptions, and you're creating conversations between people that are needing to be had. So honestly, I mean, I always say that the haters are, whatever they say is usually a reflection of something that's going on in themselves and has nothing to do with the actual content that they're commenting on. So I mean, I let it brush off my shoulders. It's not something that affects me in a negative way at all. I'm always just like, no shade to the haters. I hope that you guys find love one day, and that you can see how beautiful it is in every single color and different sexual orientation, and whichever way that love looks.
No, I'm so glad you brought that up, because we at GLAAD are doing so much work and having many conversations in the religious space. And it's said to people, you can absolutely be someone who is religious or of faith and be part of the community. You can be religious and support the community. And so I'm glad that you're continuing to have those conversations, because I do think that that is one of the roadblocks that, people just can't get over, but it absolutely is not the case. So,
100%. Yeah, that's a really big part of what I would like to communicate as well, is just because, I grew up around the Bible, and there's some parts of the Bible that just don't make sense. You're not supposed to eat shellfish. You're not supposed to have a beard. You're not supposed to have hair that's longer than your shoulders. Like there's so many like rules that are antiquated. And there's also so many translations of the Bible where we're finding out that pedophilia was actually changed to homophobia back in the
Right.
1940s. So there's so many different, ways of looking at it, but mostly I think the most important thing is that it's written so many times in the Bible that God is love. And if you just believe that, then you have no other choice other than to love everyone. And it's not really anyone's job to judge anybody else's life.
Speaking of love, thinking about this music video that's going to be premiering, for it to premiere on CMT, I think is a dream. And
Such a
so
dream.
let's talk about that. How are you gonna be with friends, family? Are you having a part? I mean, a socially distanced party? What are you gonna do for the big moment?
Okay, so I don't even know if this is public, if we can even say this yet, but there's actually going to be a CMT billboard in Times Square in New York City that is going to be playing the Got No Choice video. So, me, Hilary, and our director for the video, Ford Fairchild, are flying up to New York City to see the video being played on the billboard, on the CMT billboard in Times Square.
That's
So,
huge.
gosh, you just never, I never thought that I would be talking about this or having a video with my girlfriend on CMT. And I sure as hell didn't think that we would be on a freaking Times Square billboard. So it's so wild that just even my wildest dreams are happening.
No, that's incredible. Should we bring in your girlfriend for a few minutes just to have her say
Yes.
hello? Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Hilary, how are you? Nice to meet
Hi.
you. You
Nice
both
to
have
meet
like the
you
prettiest
too.
hair I've ever seen, both of you.
Isn't it? I know.
Yeah.
This is all her hair. This is not all my hair. I'm like
With a
a
little help.
drag queen with how much hair I have, how much weave I have in my
We
hair.
had a little glam help today though, so that helps.
We're here for it. So, Hilary, I was thinking about that, for Brooke to really say, you know what, this relationship, this love that I've found is so important to me. I want to be public with it, no matter what, with my career, and just really, take a stand. What does that mean for you?
Well, ever since Brooke and I have been together, I've been, ready for just being public, whatever that means. As far as her being in the public eye, that part is new for me. I'm used to being on the other side of the camera. I'm used to kind of being the person behind the scenes. So it's different, doing this in a way that, we're making headlines and stuff like that. But as far as us being public, I've been ready for this since the very beginning. So I've been like, let's do it. I've always felt like I have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. But I've known that there was that pressure with her being in the public eye to do it her own way, when she was comfortable.
I think you worked in this country biz for a while yourself, so So is the world ready for a big female LGBTQ country star? Because I know I am.
I think so. I think so. Because, yeah, I mean, we are country music and it's, sometimes it's some of the more small town conservative stuff. But from when we're in Nashville and when we're with our artist friends and when we're with people in the industry, we feel 100% accepted. So really it just comes down to like portraying some of these artists and like some of the people in Nashville, like the way that it's really been going on for a long time. It's just about showing it off. I absolutely think they're ready. I think based on the reaction that we've gotten on social media, even people are, popping in my DM saying how what we're doing is really cool. I just think it's long overdue, and I absolutely think that the world's ready for it.
I love that. Let's just put it out there. Be it the ACMs or
Yes.
the CMAs next year, or maybe later this year. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
Brooke, you've had your girlfriend Hilary here in these music videos. Is she gonna be in the? I mean, I would assume, right? Got No Choice. She's got to be a part of this one.
She is and Got No Choice. Yes. There's these songs specifically, Sunroof and Got No Choice, were the two of the first love songs that I ever wrote in my life. Before Hillary, it was very cynical and skeptical love songs like "Love Isn't True," "You Can't Break My Heart," like all these things. And then I meet Hilary, and all of my songs are love songs now. And so there was just no way to write these songs and have, create a music video without depicting our love story. So yes, she will be in the Got No
Have
Choice
you
video.
talked to him about what it took to convince me to jump in on it?
No.
Oh, I
So
want to hear this.
yeah. So I am talking with our director, Ford Fairchild, and we're sitting around our bonfire in the backyard. And he's like, I really think that Hilary should be in these music videos with you. And I was like, oh, 100%. I can't do them without her. And so I'm having a conversation with her later, and I'm like, honey, I really need you to be in these music videos with me. And she's like, oh, babe, this is not really my cup of tea. This is not my comfort zone. And I go, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to hire an actress. She looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, I'll do it.
I'll do it. Here's a quick turnaround after that.
Well played. Well played. That's good. That's awesome. I am so excited for this video, and congratulations on this song. Got No Choice, everyone, is out now, and get ready for the music video. Is going to be on CMT, and then I'm sure you can find it online after that. But Brooke, thanks for all you're doing in country music to really just continue these important conversations about LGBTQ acceptance, and for representing. Just can't wait to see what's next, everyone. So just remember, go stream the song Got No Choice from this woman, Brooke Eden, right now. And the music video is going to be great, and can't wait to see it. So I guess until we can hopefully be at one of your shows in person, I feel like we're getting there, maybe in the fall, something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So just good to see you. And yeah, hopefully next time we'll be in person.
Oh, good to see you too. And thank you so much for everything that y'all do at GLAAD day in and day out. You all make our journeys easier.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Thanks.